Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and it's Paydirt battle time again. And this time we're going to be having a shootout between two 100% ROI bags, one from Vendetta Prospecting and the other from Gold Nugget Sales. Both of these bags advertise a guaranteed 100% ROI, so I know the return's going to be good on them, but I want to see which one might be a little bit better than the other. There is a third company, Yellow Pans, who advertises a 100% ROI bag as well, but unfortunately my last order as well as multiple other people's orders all had to file chargebacks due to non-shipment. So I only wanted to do a battle with companies that actually ship these bags of Paydirt, and that's why we're doing Vendetta Prospecting and Gold Nugget Sales. So let's just flash up both descriptions, go to the overhead, and check out both bags a little bit closer. As you saw, Vendetta Prospecting had a really good description. Told you pretty much everything you'll need to know about this Paydirt, from it being a 100% ROI bag to it weighing 8 to 12 ounces, and that most of the gold will be around the 40 to 50 mesh. The one thing it is missing though is where the material is from, and that's because you pick in the sidebar where you want to get your material from. It can either be Lynx Creek, Superstition Mountain, etc. But unfortunately, there's nothing in the description to tell you what each one of those spots is. So if you're a first-time buyer on Vendetta Prospecting, I highly suggest you go back through all his other bags to see what those areas contain, because some of that material is a little harder than others. But other than that, a really good description. Now, it does state that it is 8 to 12 ounces, and this feels like a heavy bag, so we'll have to see. 1 pound, 7.8 ounces, so a little bit over those 12 ounces. Now for the Gold Nugget Sales bag, it's pretty lacking on details. It does tell you it is a 3-pound bag and that you're guaranteed a 100% ROI. Other than that, not too much information. And Mike usually has pretty detailed videos in all of his descriptions. This one sadly is lacking one. But let's weigh it up to see if it is the 3 pounds stated. 3 pounds, 3.1 ounces. And let's open them both up, check them out. And for the Vendetta, as you can see, I can't really pronounce that. Hasayampa is the material I chose for this one, or I had my secret shopper choose anyway. Just because I don't think I had panned it out previously and wanted to check it out, we'll rinse out the bag for the end of the video. Much lighter material than usually you see from Arizona, or I'm used to seeing. Let's check it for magnetics. Not too much, not too much. Looks like it should be easy to pan out. Now let's check out the 100% bag from Gold Nugget Sales. If I can get it open. Nope. This one wants to play difficult. I will rinse this one out as well. Now this looks like the typical Gold Nugget Sales material. I'm sure I will find a seashell in here somewhere, and there you go. Part of a seashell. So it's a typical material you'll get from Gold Nugget Sales. Check it out for magnetite, and this one looks kind of heavy in it. So pretty decent amount. Might make it a little bit difficult to pan out, but we'll have to see. Let's just take a short break and go classify these down. Okay, all done classifying, and these 4 pans is the Vendetta Prospecting, while these 4 are from Gold Nugget Sales. With the Vendetta Prospecting, majority of the material is in the lower 3 classifications. Not much in the plus 10, and I don't expect to find any gold in this plus 10. I'm pretty sure most of the gold I find will be in these lower 2 classifications. This is the one with the most material, so I'm really hoping to find some gold in this one, because that's a lot of material to pan out. Someone went very heavy when they poured the material in this bag, but we'll have to see when we pan this one out. For the gold nugget sales, as you can see, the lower three classifications, pretty equal amounts, but a lot of material in the plus 10, which again, I do not expect to find any gold in. So that is a little bit of a disappointment that they put so much of the plus 10 material in there if there's no gold. Now there might be gold, so we're going to have to wait and see at the end, but there's a lot of material in the plus 10. The other three classifications, I'm hoping to find gold in. Again, we'll have to see when we pan it out. So let's go get some water, listen to some music, and do just that. And we'll start with the vendetta prospecting, and then we'll pan out the gold nugget sales. Well, finished painting everything out as you saw, and that wasn't too hard of Paydirts to go through. Well, the Vendetta wasn't very hard. The Gold Nugget sales did have a little bit of a challenge to it, but we'll get into that in a minute. For right now, let's show you the gold I found in both bags. In the plus 10, I found gold in both. This being the Vendetta, and this being the Gold Nugget sales. And I have to say, I'm pretty surprised. I didn't really expect to find any plus 10 gold in either bag, and so it was a pleasant surprise. In the minus 10, plus 20, even more gold from both. About a dozen pieces from Vendetta, and too many to count from Gold Nugget sales. So a lot of gold in the Gold Nugget sales bag. Then in the minus 20, plus 40, again, even more gold. Big piles in both bags. Vendetta, as well as Gold Nugget sales. And lastly, in the minus 40, even more gold from both of them. Nice little piles in both of them. So really happy with the gold from both bags so far. I am guaranteed a 100% ROI from both bags, so I'm pretty sure the ROI is going to be pretty good on both of them as well. So let's start weighing these up. We're going to start with the Vendetta. Do the plus 10. Not sure how much that's going to move the scale. That moved it. 0.050. Minus 10 plus 20. 0.220. Minus 20 plus 40. Nice little bit. 2.115. And then lastly, the minus 40. And this should definitely budge the scale. 0.620. Let's weigh it all up. Maybe close to 3 grams, I think. Oh, a little bit over. 3.005 grams from Vendetta Prospecting's 100% ROI bag. Now let's weigh up the Gold Nugget sales. Plus 10. 0.380 minus 10 plus 20. 1.860 grams. Minus 20 plus 40. 2.475 grams. Now with the Gold Nugget sales, you are guaranteed a 5 grams minimum in these bags, while the Vendetta, you're just guaranteed the 100% ROI. So as gold spot moves, your gold amount will change. 0.325 in the minus 40. Let's add it all up and see. Make sure we got that 5 grams. And we did. 5.050. So nice hauls from both bags. Now let's talk about how difficult both of these bags were to pan out. And I have to say, they were pretty equal in almost every category. Found gold in all the classifications. They had a little bit of black sands, but really not too much. They clouded up the water a little bit. Maybe the Gold Nugget sales clouded up less than the Vendetta. The big difference is Gold Nugget sales. It's a larger bag, 3+ pounds, and the organics. And while you didn't see any floating organics, the organics I'm talking about are crushed shells. And I have to say, it's one of my least favorite things to pan out for 2 reasons. One, they tend to be really, really flat and just super light and don't want to move out of the way of the gold. So it's pretty hard to really get your gold clean with those little pieces of crushed shells. And the second reason is some of the flat pieces tend to be pretty translucent and kind of look like gold when the light is hitting them and they're floating out of your pan. So it makes you stop a lot to make sure you're not washing out gold, only to see that it's a really thin piece of shell. Now, with that being said, for the Vendetta bag, for a beginner, I would give it a medium. For an advanced or expert painter, I would give it an easy. That is only for the material that I got for this bag. You can adjust or change what material you want for your bag, so your difficulty might be different if you choose a different type of material. But for gold nugget sales, for a beginner, I'm going to give this a hard. For an advanced painter, I'm going to give it medium, but pretty low on the scale. But for an expert painter, it's still pretty easy. It's just those little bitty pieces of crushed shells that make it really difficult to finally clean out all the gold. All right, finished calculating my ROIs, writing up my reviews, and let's see who won this battle. On the left was Vendetta Prospecting's 100% ROI bag, while on the right was Gold Nugget Sales' 100% ROI bag. Vendetta Prospecting did not have a guaranteed set amount of gold, you were just guaranteed a 100% ROI. While the Gold Nugget Sales, you were guaranteed to find 5 grams, and they adjust their price to make it a 100% ROI bag. The Vendetta Prospecting was $150 with free shipping, so total cost $150. While the Gold Nugget Sales was $274, $10.95 shipping for a grand total of $284.95. Now with Vendetta Prospecting, I recovered 3.005 grams of gold. For the day that Paydirt was received by my secret shopper, gold spot was $57.65, making this gold worth $173.24, giving me an ROI of 115.49%. So a great ROI and much higher than the 100% I was guaranteed. Gold Nugget Sales, I recovered 5.050 grams of gold. Gold spot on the day that bag was received by my secret shopper was $57.13, making this gold worth $288.51, giving me an ROI of 101.25%. So again, a really good ROI. It was 100%, 101.25. You can't go wrong with 100%. I will say, obviously, the spot price was a little bit different since one bag arrived on one day and the other bag arrived on the next day. Both bags were ordered at the exact same time, within minutes of each other, and at that time, the gold spot was $56.98. So if I went off of that, Vendetta still would have had a 114.15% ROI, while Gold Nugget Sales would have been at 100.98%. So both still over the 100%, but the win is definitely going to Vendetta Prospecting for a much higher ROI. For fun factor, they're both getting a 10. You're getting your money's back, which is really rare when you buy Paydirt. In fact, it's almost impossible unless you're buying a 100% ROI bag. So 10 for both and a tie. For Paydirt description, Vendetta Prospecting is getting an 8. They have a much better description. The only thing I saw missing was I really do wish they told you about each one of the materials, so when you go to pick one, you'll know what it is. But they're still getting an 8. For Gold Nugget Sales, they're only getting a 6. This is probably one of their Paydirts that has the least amount of information on it, and they even say it's their biggest seller. So hopefully he'll add more to that description, because if it's your biggest seller, you really should have the best description for it. So they're getting a 6. The win to Vendetta Prospecting. Quantity and packaging, Vendetta is going to get a 9, and Gold Nugget Sales is going to get a 10. Gold Nugget Sales goes to the extreme to protect their packages. Usually your Paydirt is bagged twice in bubble mailers and then put in a box. So they're getting a 10 and the win for quantity and packaging. Now for customer service and shipping, both are getting 10s. They're both excellent at customer service and they both ship incredibly fast. That's a tie for customer service and shipping. Total scores, Vendetta Prospecting is getting a 9.4, while Gold Nugget Sales is getting a 9.2. Now, you would think would give the win to Vendetta Prospecting, and I would probably lean a little bit more towards Vendetta Prospecting, but in all honesty, both bags are a win. You're getting a 100% ROI. You really can't go wrong with either bag. I have bought multiple Gold Nugget Sales 100% ROI bags, and he pretty much always has it in stock. Vendetta does tend to run out of this 100% ROI every once in a while. It is also a lot cheaper, so it just depends on which one you prefer. If you want to buy a $150 bag or a $300 bag, either way, you're really going to get a great bag of Paydirt. I would definitely buy these again and recommend them to anyone who likes Paydirt. So that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Happy panning. And if you're not already a subscriber, think about hitting that subscribe button below.